The biggest challenge is, yeah, when you live in a country where there is a lot of problems, usually the resource needed for to solve the problems will be very great, very much increased. So what the challenge is, we have a lot of problems in front of us, and we have limited resources. And since we're living in a country of a big nation, like 80 million, and now we have 23 medical schools, and focusing on 4 medical schools only in Ethiopia out of 23 is a challenge, because you can't improve the health standard of the country just by changing a few schools, but you have to bring on board most of the schools. So this is one challenge, because we cannot reach the other schools. The other challenge is we got the fund from U.S. government, and we have to abide to U.S. government rules and regulations. And this fund goes to, since we are a public institution, this fund goes to the public, to the university accounting. Then we have also to abide to the university rules, financial rules and regulation. And when it goes down, we also have to abide to the rules and regulation of the School of Medicine. So this has a challenge for us, because the accounting system or the grant management system is very cumbersome. We have to fulfill all of these things. Some of the things which we need to work on the project need to be accepted, and has to be a good awareness of the community, of the medical community of our institutions. So people will think a lot, and they think with MEPI fund you can't do anything. And anybody will come in and say, I want to do this, can you fund me? That's what they say. So we have to explain this is a project, and the project has its objective. So it's very difficult for us to go out of this objective and explain to them this is not included in our project. So that's what I'm trying to say is they think maybe we'll solve all the problems which we have. Number one success, is winning the MEPI fund or the project. That's 50% success. Then the other 50% of the success is we're working on improving the medical education quality and quantity as a MEPI objective, and also we're working on physician retention, and we're also working on bioethics and research. So in all this field, we have done a lot. It will be very difficult for me which one is better or not, but in the 3 themes of MEPI, we have contributed a lot. And since we're working on MEPI came, in a good time when the government was working on expanding medical education, and also working on improving the quality of medical education. This is an opportunity for us. And because of that, there was a higher influx of medical students to all medical schools, and new medical school was mushrooming. So this was a challenge to manage a lot of students, but we tried to to change the challenge to the opportunity. This is an opportunity for us, to work in this circumstance and to see the country gaining the medical health workforce which needs in a short period of time, as planned. One of the main problems which we faced was reference book, textbooks are not available in the school. According to our study, most of the textbooks were one textbook for 25 students. In some places, there is 4 textbooks for 300 students. So we have to deal with this. And then immediately we worked, and now we distributed. We purchased 15 textbooks which are suggested by the department 300 copies each. And we distributed these copies of these books to our consortia universities also, Addis Ababa University, Hawassa University, Haramaya University, and Defense College. Then, while doing that, we're also now working on changing or building the capacity for e-learning capacity of the institutions. We have gone a lot on that area. So what we did is now, the first thing to do that is to work on the platform for e-learning. One is to have a good internet connection and also internet networking, and then buying equipments like computers and servers, e-granaries and everything. We did that. Now we have established a computer lab which has 120 computers, and we have also connected the whole compound of the School of Medicine with wire and wireless. With 120 computers, we have also purchased 40 laptops. If the computer lab is full, the students can borrow the laptop and they can sit somewhere and do their job. So the computer loan system is also started, laptop loan system. They can even borrow for overnight. And also we have worked on establishing another computer lab for faculty with 50 computers. So now the connectivity also has improved from 6 megabyte to 50 megabyte. It is very fast now. You just click and you get everything immediately downloaded. Now we're in our year 3 plan. We are working on e-learning, improving on our e-learning capacity, like having the media site box and loading all the possible medical textbooks and journals, and make it available for the students with internet, also intranet connection. The other thing which we did is, in the face of increasing enrollment of students, there is a serious shortage of faculty. So what we have to do is we have to use the faculty effectively, the small number of faculty effectively. The first thing we did is we encourage the faculty to give lectures and bedside teaching, tutorials and seminars to small students, and to asking them to do extra work so we can remunerate them from the MEPI funding. Last year, they have given like 2,000 lecture equivalent hours for students. So there is a small group discussion and attention to the students. And the second thing what we did is, it's also difficult to teach students, big number of students, on patients and in the library, in the operating room and other places. So what we did is, we are now establishing a skill lab. We support the existing skill lab for postgraduate, and now a big skill lab for undergraduates is being established. So they can learn the basic techniques and basic procedures in the skill lab. So this is another thing which we did. But on the flip side of this, when the instructors do extra work, extra teaching, they get financial remuneration as well. So this is another side of MEPI which works on retention. We encourage instructors who are especially working or would like to work on PEPFAR-related activities like infectious disease, pulmonary TB, neurology, and other things, to go for higher education or short-term training to US or to Europe, to anywhere else, or those who would like to present papers which are relevant to the country, come to be presented in other places. We support them. We have dedicated a budget for this. We also encourage female faculty. We work on female faculty, females who are doing their fellowship, subspecialty in the faculty, because there was no fellowship program. But very few female want to go to fellowship program because there is a lot of commitment, you know. Being a woman, there is a lot of commitment and responsibility, and to go for higher education is also another big commitment. So to encourage them, we support them on their training program. We give them laptops, and when they want to go for training program abroad for attachment, we support them on their transport and DSA. Whatever I said here, we also work the same thing in other universities, Hawassa, Jimma, and Harmaya. Hawassa, Harmaya, and Defense College. So these are our activities on improving the medical education. Regarding the retention of faculty, as I told you, as part of improving quality of medical schools, we encourage faculty to go for training, especially if they are PEPFAR-related training programs, females for training, and also to do extra work and get some remuneration. One of the basic retention mechanisms is you go to financial problem. Now, also to retain the doctors working in the countryside, the upcountry doctors, we have started, we train them on research methodology, and then we have selected out of their proposal and their project, and we fund them to do the project where they are working. So they stay working the project, and they have a dual benefit. They publish a paper, they get some financial remuneration, and also, above all, they share their research outcomes with other colleagues, like with Ethiopian or internationally. Good papers will come. We expect next year 5 or 6 papers to come with this program, because they are doing it in a group, but there are 20 students. The other thing is what we do on improving research capacity on research and bioethics. We selected 33 students from the 4 institutions. These are young faculty who are interested in doing research. So we train them with UCSD on research methodology. It's a certificate, a diploma program, and it's 8 modules. They are doing it for 2 years. So at the end of the day, at the end of their training, these people will do research. So, instead of asking people to do research, because we know that, one of the reasons why we don't do research is we don't have the culture of research. And the second thing, we lack also some knowledge to do research. So we are now boosting the knowledge and also bringing the culture of doing research. And these people, when they go back to their institutions, they will involve on research training. We have also reactivated what's called clinical epidemiology unit in the faculty. This unit helps clinicians and advise and support clinicians to do research. So this is those faculty who are interested and capable or educated on research methodology and working on, and which are also researchers, are members of the clinical epidemiology unit. So they support other faculty to do research and to train them, continuously going on serial training for all faculty, especially focusing on the residents. So this is one of the things which we're doing to improve research capacity. 5 years from now, as you see, for me now, it's a transition, not only for us to be new, but also for the government, because the government has dedicated, or committed. The only way you can improve the medical education training in this country is by doing a paradigm shift completely. Then we have to work on quantity and also on quality, of course. So this will be, there are some challenges, ups and downs, because it is the early stage. But slowly, everything will be smooth. And whatever we have started now will be the program, are already the program of the government, but they will be budgeted and will be the program of the government. It will be continued by other institution. And whatever started now will have even reinforced more. And this can also help the policymakers as a role model. If we bring a change in the 4 medical schools, then it can be implied to all medical schools. So 5 years from now, the medical education will be well structured, well designed, and addresses both the quantity and the quality, as well as retention and also research, will be very well addressed throughout the country. That's what I'm thinking now, 5 years from now. Yeah, library or information is the backbone of medicine. Medicine is just, gathering information, knowing something. So if you want to teach medicine, then you should have a strong library, whichever it is. The e-library, digital library, or hard copy library, whatever it is. So it is as a backbone of medical education. For that matter, it's a backbone of knowledge. So we give emphasis, and it has to be given emphasis, that library has to be supported and also very well utilized. Otherwise, you cannot talk about medicine without library. Most of the things which I'm doing now are things which I was thinking when I was in management. So the MEPI project has given me a freedom and flexibility to implement my ideas. It's not only my ideas, but my partners also ideas. I think if I tell you, I was trying to buy books for the last 4 or 5 years, but I couldn't purchase. It was very difficult. It's not because there was a budget, but it was very difficult financially to use this budget, technically to use this budget. But I have done that with the MEPI project. So this is a good achievement. So MEPI project has given us an opportunity to work with the government vision and to help the government vision implemented. So this is one of the greatest achievement I can say. Main lesson learned is, a project like this will help as a jump start for some of the activities. And most of the activities will run after it is on. So, and also will help policymakers, to see maybe 5 years from now, if we show the impact which we brought through this project to the policymakers, then it may be a good example which can be followed. We have formally 2 communication in a year. One is the PI Council, and the other one is the symposium. But also there are many workshops and also gatherings which usually include all of us. So we meet together, we discuss together, and we share experience among ourselves. And this is what we're doing. We communicate very frequently. If you see, every day I can get maybe 5 or 6 emails from one of the PI, from the other PIs. So we discuss, we communicate. And I just want to thank the U.S. government and the U.S. people for generously offering this opportunity to us. My special thanks goes to Ambassador Guzbi, who came up with this visionary idea. And I would like also to pledge other PIs, to work hard and prove and properly utilize the funding and make change and support their nations, and also support the donors as well, and also support the visionaries so that, we don't fail them.